Hey y'all, hey. So wait, I gotta get this and then I gotta put this link over in here. Oh my god. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot. Do 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 comment. Why do I have to update it all the way like this every time? It would be cool. What I will have in London, yeah, I'll have to go to their actual site. Just seen his lives a few times. Oh, I'm so happy, Jonathan. Did you hear about him from me, or did you hear about me from him? I'm just curious. I really, I loves it. I loves it. I loves it. Hold on, I gotta switch my account and put this in the. Where am I? There you go. There's so many of me. Have you seen my documentary? There literally is so many of me. Let's see here. Yeah, I do this. All right, ready? Boop. Here we go. Hey, y'all. Hey. All right. Now, got this going. I wish it was higher. I wish we were all higher. I mean, really. I chose that. Hey, beautiful. Hey, baby. I think you're the best. Love you so much. I love you so much, too. I love you so much. I love you. What do you love about me? Is it my dad? Just kidding. Rando. So I got people on TikTok. TikTok is easier for me to read the comments, and I got my people on there. I love TikTok so much. And hey, YouTube, I'm doing this so that I can cross promote it in my app so that we can not be banned. Energy. This is my baby. All right, let's talk about my dad, shall we? Where's my sticks? Oh my God. Did she leave her sticks? For God's sakes, I got my puppet. She's going to play drums with a sword today. You don't know what's going to happen ever. Yeah. So I gave birth to not to this guy. This is Half-Ass. His name's Half-Ass. Sandra on here, subscriber, named him. You get to name my puppets if you're a subscriber. This one's Half-Ass. Hey, because he ain't got an ass. You see what I'm saying? Half-Ass. And we're going to just do it half-ass. He loves me. Hey, Georgia. Hey, talking about dad today. Why not? Ooh! So I gave birth to this genius child. She's got like the highest IQ they've seen in this county. And she said to me, she's like, Mommy, you keep getting banned and in trouble because you're telling truth. So just use puppets and speak in parables. I'm like, okay, using puppets and speaking parables. I don't know why it doesn't let me in without the link, but maybe it's a power. Weird. I don't know. The links on YouTube is each platform has its own stuff we have to deal with. I got two cameras. That's the same thing. She has a point. Yeah, I know, Jeff. Yeah, she does. She has a point. She's speaking parables with puppets and riddles. So anyway, one time. Why are you sounding weird? What? I mean, I'm not even touching anything else. What? Here's another puppet. This is the parrot. Y'all can name him if you want. When you just like puppet, puppet, puppet. Those people that are like puppet, puppet, puppet. They just like repeat. Like they're just not even in for themselves. They're just puppet, puppet, puppet. Repeat. Parroting, puppet. You parroting puppet. Yeah, that's right. He's very jealous, Half-Ass. Like he's my baby. He's like all the good boys in their 20s. This guy represents the boys in their 20s. Yeah. Half-Ass. He loves me. So I want to talk about I signed up in the app, but can't find where I can't find. Oh, Jesus God. It's under Meet Angela. I'm putting on my app. I love Angela Shelton. There's a box that says Meet Angela, and that's where I'm putting the lives. And I'll change it to like live every day or something. Because listen, I'm figuring it out too. This is partly why I also love and I'm helping my friend Sean because it's in the same boat. Like he's in the same boat as me, but he's further along than me. Of please get some help, seriously. Fred, are you talking to yourself, honey? Is she on dope? No, I'm not. I'm not actually not high. Not. I'm drinking milk, y'all. I'm drinking milk, baby, baby. I never thought I'd have milk in my growler and not beer. Mhm. But that is raw milk. Yeah. And I got out of so much chronic pain. I was in a wheelchair. I was in, oh God, chronic like anxiety, panic attacks, all the kitchen sink that comes with growing up with wolves, being raised by wolves and coming from trauma. hmm And I've gotten that a lot in my life, Fred and user 849. I love it when the user 8492 says some things about you. Yeah, ever since I was little, I've had lots and lots of energy, and it's not like put her on meds. That because I will talk about my science fair project when I was 12, if you'd like to do that. And seriously, I have been the energetic one. I've been the one. I fight the bullies. I kicked the bullies' butt when I was in third grade. The one that was like hurting all the other kids. I'm the one that took him down. I'm the one that's going to be in the room and like call out the elephant in the room. I'm the one that's going to crawl out the window or crawl into the window, either way, and save all y'all. And I've done it since I was a kid. I accept it. I accept that I am a fireworks display in reverse. And if you come into me, you can't. It's not available. If you come into me and you come in like, whoa, too much. Oh no, oh my God, do you dance like a freak all the time? Do you do that often? I can't be around that. Then you just can't be around it, Fred. Or user 8419. Are you trying to wrangle kids for something? Wow, user. Are you trying to wrangle kids? I'm a superhero for little kids. I'm a Safe Side Super Chick, won an Emmy for it. Same people who did Baby Einstein did Safe Side. And then I also help adults get over trauma and the pain that you put yourself in because of what you were raised from, which brings me back to dad. So yeah, I'm a superhero for little kids. I help the parents and the educators get them trolls today. Yeah, Big J, I love it. Hey, Maine, I love Maine. Also, trolls. Listen, whatever you want to call them, they are talking to themselves. Like everybody's talking to themselves. I love you. Hey, Dominic, what's up? What's up with you? Check out my links. What? What'd she say? Parroting stuff. So yeah, trolls. You're gonna have some trolls, Jackie, right? And I don't even know if that's because I have such love for people, and I see where it's coming from, and I don't care. Like I don't care. I'm not getting into all y'all's stuff. Who spew, um, you know, meanness out in the world. I'm like, I see where it's coming from. This ain't my first rodeo. And so, hey, good morning from Maine. You got two people from Maine. I have a house in Maine. It's my dad's house, but I get to go there. Rockland, Maine. It's so great. I love Maine so much. I would actually live there, to be honest. It is so beautiful. Bring me to speak. I've spoken at Portland, in the Portland, Maine, not the Portland, Oregon, although I have spoken in Portland, Oregon also. So yeah, user 84910. I am 30 minutes from me. Amazing. Big J. Best Rockland is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love the little town. I bought Stony Bear there, my teddy bear. I know it's weird. I have a teddy bear named Stony Bear. Don't worry, you're my half-ass. You're fine. Jealous. You're so cute. Yeah, this is like my good boys on my OF. Yeah, I know. I understand you. I understand you. Yeah. Did you know I have an OF? Jackie. This is funny. She's like, what the hell is going on today? We're talking about dad, but I'm coming around to it because how it all happened. And I'll go off of user 8492999, who's like, are you on dope? No, I'm a superhero for little kids, and the greatest thing about that is that Safe Side Super Chick, which I always get introduced at events, people will introduce me as Safe Segs Super Chick, which is not my, which is hilarious because I also do that for adults, but my kid job is Safe Side Super Chick, and we shot it so long ago. I actually look younger now than I did when I shot that. Isn't that crazy? But it's free now on YouTube. So, and it's also on my app, which is also where I'm going live. Is I love Angela Shelton. I love Angela Shelton. Hold on, I'm getting flashy messages. So, I love Angela Shelton. Yeah, man, going live, and I. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Hey, good morning. Good morning. So I am the daughter of the perp that the superhero that is me saves kids from. I know. Like I'm teaching or in the show. That's why it's Safe Side Super Chick. There's two of them. There's one that is about stranger danger and another one about internet safety. They are hilarious. They're timeless. It's kind of like a female Pee Wee Herman, and I challenge Pee Wee. Spread the word. I kind of want to put it out there like an ad on Facebook. Like I challenge Pee Wee Herman to a dance off, and I'm gonna win. I challenge Pee Wee Herman to a dance off. Can we make that happen? Because Miss Rachel. What about Miss Rachel? Hey, Miss Rachel. I love Rachel. So no, I am. What do you mean, Miss Rachel? It's Safe Side Super Chick. What do you mean, Little Johnny is Miss Rachel? What do you mean, Little Johnny? So I am Safe Side Super Chick, and I am the superhero that helps the kids, and I'm also a superhero for survivors, usually of hell, like those who have been through hell, and I also help men. Like she on YouTube. Oh, I don't know Miss Rachel. I'm on YouTube right now, as I know Safe Side Super Chick. Hey, so dad. Let's just talk about dad. You want to talk about that? I know. A kid's show, Miss Rachel. Oh, check mine out. Safe Side Super Chick. It's so cute. It's so cute. Julie Clark created it. She also created Baby Einstein. I mean, you heard of that? Have you heard of Baby Einstein? Julie Clark created Safe Side Super Chick. And I was making my documentary. This is a story. Good morning. Woo! I was making my documentary, Searching for Angela Shelton, which I highly recommend. Leads me to dad, the subject of today. And honestly, we had just made Tumbleweeds. That's my first movie. I don't have the poster of that, but it's a movie about me and my mom. And I'll go live with my mom sometimes. I might go later today. I'm having to put my mom on a straight up schedule because she is an anxious attacher and drives my phone nutballer. Hi, how are you? Anybody else have that problem? So my mom is the true person, the true live mom from Tumbleweeds. Oh my God, funny. I just look at this. Hold on. I'll show you this. My mom is hilarious. And she sends me these crazy emails. It's my phone. My computer is sitting on this book. So hi. Look, this is my mother. You've seen her with me live. That's my mom. She looks pretty. But she had a stroke on the year that I had my baby. She came to visit. And she had a stroke. Then she didn't leave. And then I thought she was going to die. And I spent 2 weeks of crying. I mourned the death of my mother. And then she lived, for God's sakes. And so now she moved here where I'm close to me in this teeny little town. And she wasn't able to go back to Asheville, which is our hometown, Asheville, North Carolina. I love it there. I have a day, Angela Shelton Day in Asheville. It's pretty cool. But I had to move her out of Asheville and up to this little senior's house. And it's a senior housing thing up here where I'm at. And she lived. And then she got in trouble at her little senior housing unit, which is why, hey, I love Asheville, which is why she I take her and go live. So I take her out of the building, so she can go have some fun because she's the one that she's like me, she's the one that she got in trouble. She opened her big mouth. Anyway, I put this book together for her years ago for all the emails that she would send me. She sends me the craziest emails ever. It's so funny. I should actually just read them on YouTube because my mother and they became too funny not to forward. This is back in the day before a lot of social media, and it's called emails from my mom, too funny not to forward, because my friends would say like, did you get an email from your mom today? I'm like, oh yeah, you were. Oh my God, do you want this one? She is just so stinking funny, and it's read in her accent. Like oh my God, Dick Pickle. Oh my God. See, I can't even read a bunch of them on here because, oh my God. She's just so funny. Oh my God. She's like, I can't tell it. I can't tell it on TikTok. I can't tell it. But one, I can, let's see. She's like, I was doing this meditation this morning and I was doing this SEGS energy meditation and I flew around the room twice and fire breathed out of my like a dragon. Emails from my mom, not from my dad. And then speaking of my dad, what? Yeah, that was my mom. I was like, okay. So my mom, which I have another book about her with tumbleweeds. Please insist that I finish it because it's literally sitting on one of my tabs, but I'm doing a million other things. So I wrote this book about her called Tumbleweeds when I was modeling and living in Paris. I was 19, living in Paris, and I wrote a book because I was not doing all the stuff that the other girls were doing. In fact, when I lived in Paris modeling and Milan, I actually, thank you, Jackie. She said that was a great little movie. Tumbleweeds is cute. And I wrote a book about my mother instead of, my life up until then, up until 19, which is hilarious. I've lived many, many lives and I have many, many stories, which is what I'm telling at my show. My show. Yeah, baby. Oh my God. So I was living in Paris and I didn't do the whole model thing. I didn't do the whole Playboy thing or drugs. God dang it. I saw it. I saw a lot of it. I actually saved 2 models from being roofied. Well, they were roofied and I saved them from Playboys that had intentions that were not good at all. And so, that's me. And I was in my awesome apartment in Paris because I refused to live in the model's apartment because I just couldn't handle the no brain cells activity. You know what I'm saying? And so I wrote this book called Tumbleweeds in Paris. And then when I started acting, when I was 21, I was living in New York and I started acting and I went on my very first acting audition for the lead in a movie. It's called Comfortably Numb. I booked the lead in a movie. Gavin O'Connor was directing it. Gavin O'Connor booked me as the lead in his movie. He and I started a little we became really good friends and then we, put parts together. And then we got married and I was like, oh God, that'll last like 3 years, I figure. And it was about 1 year. And then I introduced him to his next wife who has his a baby. They have 1 baby and then he got married again. And he has another baby with another lady. So like it was all fine and awesome. I love it when people go to my Wikipedia page and they see that I was married to Gavin O'Connor. It doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I know, girl, I know. It don't make any sense at all. But hey, listen, you know what it was? He was a good friend and he asked. He's like, hey, you're amazing. Will you marry me? And I was like, sure. And he was like, I'm not asking you to get a soda, Angela. I'm asking you if you want to get married. And I was like, yeah, sure. Maybe, sure. And I figured, I give it like 3 years. Let's dissect Angela's history with marriage and see how I had no respect for it at all. Until I actually really did get married for 10 years. I did that, but I'm divorced now. So speaking of marriage, bringing it back to my dad, which is the topic today, I am the only product of 9 marriages. Did you know that? I'm the only product of 9 marriages. My mom's been married 5 times. My dad has been married 4, and I'm the only one. They married people who had kids, both of them. My dad is a pedo in the van down by the river, so he married women who had kids because he had other intentions. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You feel me? Speaking in code? Gross. I love you. You're fine. You're gonna be fine. Yeah, and so I'm the only product of 9 marriages. So when I married Gavin, that was my first one. My first one was Gavin. And there was a couple like haters that go onto my Wikipedia and they're like, "Oh my God, what did you do to make Gavin leave you?" And I'm like, "Oh my God. No, I left Gavin because I was seeing Jason Lewis. If you really want to know the truth, I'll tell you. Ask me anything. I'll tell you the truth. Do you know Jason Lewis from Sex and the City? The little cliff chin. Sam's girlfriend. That's funny. Samantha's boyfriend, the boy toy, the cutie pie. That was my guy for a long, long time, off and on. Lived in Paris together. Lived in New York together. The guy's hot as hell. Have you ever seen him? Look him up. Let me tell you something horrible. When you have the best adult time of your life and he looks like that and you're like, why is that just a curse? But finally, how old am I'm 50 now. I was 20 back then. And yeah, I'm 50, and it took me in the past year to beat that, to have like that level of like, holy cow. So thank you, Jesus, and all the fat cherubs in heaven that I experienced all of that. So I don't want to be married to a fat guy having sideways sex. Am I going to get canceled for that? Shit. And good morning. Hey, Amanda. What's up? What's up? So talking about dad today. This is my keep her on a subject. Keep her in a box. It's never going to happen. Do you think I will ever be kept in a box? Raise your hand. No. And so my dad looks like Elvis. He looked like the fat Elvis and also the skinny Elvis, depending on which era of time he was in. No box holding you down. No, seriously. I can tell you a funny story about a box though, Amanda. Is when I started acting and like came out at 8. Like 8 is such an instrumental age in my life, and and my daughter has now surpassed that. She's 9, and 8 was like, stop it. He's inappropriate. Listen, what? Being a mime, yeah. I was a mime at the mall when I was 8, and I learned and I was showing my kid. I was like, "Hey, look at me! I can build a box and then get out of it." And this is so the layers of meaning that come with this. So I built a mime box for my kid, and then crawled out of it, cut a hole, and crawled out of the box, pulled my back out. Fell to the floor in pain, laying on the floor in pain after. And my daughter was sitting on the chair with like cross-legged looking at me. She's like, "Mommy, you are so dumb." I did write a book called Dumb Model and Her 4 French Chairs, just FYI. And so I'm laying there in pain. I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "You just pulled your back out climbing out of an imaginary box. You're dumb." And I was like, "Hey, listen, that box was real." And I really did climb out of it. Holy Jesus. But it's funny, like that's so representative of us and our own minds and our own thought processes, and why I even speak about my dad and about the trauma, because we can do to ourselves, like we can make ourselves sick, just like I just built a box and pulled my back out, and it was an imaginary box. What? It's just like you can have so many negative thought patterns in your head and be believing it, and it's a fake box. It doesn't even exist. You're making yourself sick and anxiety ridden and full of panic attacks for something that literally doesn't exist. What? Yeah. So that is why personally I'm all over the place. I'm actually not all over the place. If you look at me and you deep dive me, for those fellas that want to actually date me, good luck. You need to call my sister. But really, you should just look at AngelaShelton.com. And though it is a lot, I have been over the years strategically placing everything and testing things and having conversations here and having conversations here because I'm going to one prick, one point, one prick. And that is my show, Pricked, that launches November 5th this year. And I'm 50. I'm finally doing it. Yeah, yeah. Yes, pees my pants when you told me her response. Yes, it's so dumb. You're dumb, mama. So it all goes to one prick. Like even my golf movie, even like I have a golf movie. It's funny. If you haven't seen that, I recommend it. This is it. Ready? This is me. If you haven't seen that, that's me. Don't you judge. I was getting past my baby weight after having a baby, and I got dared. They were like, "Hey, instead of losing the weight to play this part, why don't you gain more weight and go the other way?" And I was like, "Is that a dare?" I love dares. Is that a dare? And so yeah, that's me, this Tracy, which is also why I'm like in love with, not that way, the one in Nashville, because he helped me on my health to go from this, that's me, to this. Yo, hey, hey baby. And and even my golf movie, the theme of my golf movie is finding your tribe after you were raised by wolves. And you find your tribe with your friends, with your fellow people, with your you find your people. They found it on a golf course, but the message is, again, moving past trauma and living your best life no matter where you're at. This just happens to be on a golf course. And then I have this one. If you haven't seen this one, I don't know if you know me at all. I mean, if you know me, you've heard about this movie. And if you haven't, then again, go to angelashelton.com. I don't know why. I don't mean, seriously. So me wait, hold on. See if you can find a way to put the phone, computer, camera so you can keep watching One Direction. I have to do. I can't be on on TikTok and on YouTube at the same time with the same camera. It doesn't work. It's like heart baby. Yes, Amanda, that's it. Heart baby. Heart baby. I know. I could maybe put it up there if I had another desk or something. Maybe I'll bring a desk over here. We're evolving. Which brings me back to Dad and also the one in Nashville, my friend who I call Jesus. He has the same boat. He has a lot of stuff that he's doing, and he was not like he didn't have his website. He didn't have his merch because he's doing a bunch of other things. And so I was like, I'm helping him, and I am always going to talk about him because he got me healthy. Let me take a sip of milk to honor that. Like raw milk. He got me healthy, and it was like, and watching him be so busy and having so many projects and so many things, myself being so busy and having so many projects and so many things, and I'm not the only one. I love you too. And we stop ourselves because we're waiting. We're waiting on whatever. We're waiting on, oh, I need a better website, or I can't write my book yet, or whatever. And I'm the one, this one right here, I'm the one that's going to get you to do it. And so, because the more we wait, the less people hear messages that they need to hear, and that's why I'm funny, and that's why I use puppets, and that's why I talk openly about anything that I've been through. I have to be careful on TikTok because I could get banned. Last time I got shut down was talking about that movie, the one that's out now. That one. We're not going to talk about it, but you feel me? You feel me? Yeah. Hallelujah. So my goal and what I do in my life and all the things, I had my comedy cooking show. I do my speaking engagements. That's the best thing. The best thing that is for me is me in person in your town. That is by far the best thing we could do. And you can do a viewing party on one of my movies. You can have me to your house, and like, as long as there's at least 12 people, ideally, there we could do book writing. Like there's so much to do with me, and you can and get it on angelashelton.com speaker, like you can bring me to your town. That's honestly the best. And there's so many ways to do that. And you don't have to follow any kind of protocol. I do have an agent. I do have the big fancy lawyer. I have George Clooney's lawyer. That's pretty funny. But like all of that stuff, all that Hollywood stuff and all that like agency stuff is not where I roll. Like you can get me personally, you get me. I don't like middlemen in between me and you because that's funny. She's got a dirty mind, y'all. Because they create issues. Usually middlemen are the ones that create the issues. I can talk all day long about this strike happening. Psh, what a load of poo-poo that is. So I could so I do a lot. I have the fashion industry, the modeling industry, the acting, writing, directing, speaking, writing books, like all of it. Like it's like, wow. Oh my God, you have like ADHD. I'm like, whatever you want to try to get people on meds with. Let's talk about my science fair project when I was 12. Shall we talk about that one? Okay, no. I'm a broken record with my science fair project when I was 12. But my point is, all of these things that I have done, just like I'm a energetic firecracker display in reverse, going to one prick. And that prick is like my pricked education. That's my show. My whole show and my book that comes with it is all about the survivor manual of life. Because so many of us, in fact, we all got the wrong textbook, especially when it comes to food. And I got the wrong textbook from my dad of because my dad is the van down by the river, is the pedo in the van down by the river. You know, when you go to grocery stores and you see the gumballs and stuff at the front, they're like the little trolls with the hair, and all of those things. That was my dad. He filled those things in all of the grocery stores and wherever they were in all the like 3 different states or something. So he would travel in a van with a mattress in the back and have all those boxes of anything you ever wanted with candy and toys. Okay? That was my dad. And I am the product of that. I witnessed that. I know how perpetrators work because it's my dad. Okay? And the thing that happened with me in my brain is he never did that with me. Isn't that crazy? Like I witnessed him with other people. He only did it with me in groups. It was never like I was never. But my stepsister was, brother was, stepbrother, and other things that I heard about, and he was very into going to these like colonies and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, my point is, I come from that. That's my dad. That my dad is the perp that my superhero character saves kids from. So I know it very well. And with me personally, my education, which I'm sharing in my show, is when you get an education from the perp and also the victim addicts, which are the enablers and the women who protect the perps and promote them, to be honest, like promoting the perpetrator. When you're in that, you do have a certain education. And because of that education, you will then do things in life to yourself and with others because you got the wrong education. Exactly. And so what I'm doing and my show and all my books and all my stuff is throwing out there conversations to get away from that miseducation, to like re-educate your brain, re-educate your body. Your body changes every 7 years anyways. Like, did you know that? Like, as we get better, we heal, we are actually getting better. And so that's why I completely look different from when I was, in panic and anxiety and trauma all the time. Your body, when you stop all that stuff, your body will change. And it's amazing. And that's also why, like, I'm at the next link, I'm at the next phase of healing on body work. And that's why I love the one in Nashville.com. He looks like Jesus. I also love Jesus. So it's like, it's a bonus because I get to say, like, I love me some Jesus. Look at him. This is great. And that is really what I'm doing is education, like a re-education, showing you the wrong textbook that we got, and then showing you the actual, a new, can be the actual, it's mine. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what worked for me and how I got here. And what I'm doing is being very funny and fun. I'm always fun. So when you bring me to your town, it is fun. I am not the sitting there up there telling you about statistics. I can tell you that. We are having fun in the face of all this fear, because what's happening in the world is truly, and there are, like, you dissect so many of the systems, family court, Hollywood. Let me talk to you about Screen Actors Guild. What a load of SIHT. And uh, life, the food industry, which is my science fair project when I was 12. All of that is literally like poisoning our brains and our bodies. And as we get better, that's why TikTok is so amazing. I love TikTok. I mean, YouTube, you're all right. You're all right. Don't tell anybody to take knack or anything. You'll get canceled on here too. But TikTok, I love you, TikTok. I love you, because we are able to share truth and funny entertainment while actually like getting better and helping each other. And it's fabulous. I love it. I love it so much. So my role in this world is funny and fun, talking about some really, that's why my comedy is called, it says it's a comedy that's not funny, because it's not really funny. I mean, it's funny. I'm funny and fun, but what I'm talking about is not funny. You feel me? You feel me? Yes, baby. And I'm gonna break the rules. Like I do have, I work with men, I help men, and that means sometimes that's, but I have successfully helped a lot of men get off of their corn addiction and help them get back into their true purpose and get over the poisoned ex-girlfriends or ex-wives or ex whatever they had going on. Yay. And into their purpose connected to source, God. Really, I have a ministry for men that listen, there is a little asterisk when you come into my world that says, where can your book be purchased? Hey, Dave, which book? You can get everything on angelashelton.com. And I am working on my men's book on my and that is Mommy Teaches. And I have a book, Mommy Teaches, You're Such a Good Boy. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Um, with the intention of healing some men. And it's very good. It's working. I am successful at that. Very. And now I'm going to be coming out. It's very, very directly related to my show. My show Pricked, which is in London, November 5th. And you can buy a ticket there on my site and come virtually, because it'll be like a Netflix show without Netflix, because I'm not doing any of that stuff. They can buy it later if they want, but I'm going to, I own it. I'm making it some of the same crew that I used on my movies, so that when you watch it online, it's nice. It's like, it's a live act, it's like dual cameras, and it's got the whole crew to run that. And I'm not doing it on my phone like this. Like, it's legit. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm only on stage. And partly why I've been working out, and like, not even working out, I'm just living, is so that I have the stamina and the health and the stamina to do this show. And because it's very labor intensive, because I'm going to be doing wild dances. I'm going to be dressed like Elvis, and I'm going to take you through a total journey. And it's recommended highly, highly to be prepared to be interactive. With me, it's not like you're just going to sit there and eat popcorn. I'm going to tell you all about corn. Get you off of that corn. And by the way, Jesus has a shirt on his site that says, whoops, how are we doing? Hey, that says, get off the corn. And it's got a corn. I love it. Get off the corn, meaning put a P there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, back to dad. So anybody have a gross dad, raised by wolves? Terrible mom? What I did in my life was adopt a dad. I adopted a dad, and it was profoundly amazing, and then I got another one, and then I got another one. You can have endless dad. There's no, and that does not mean this whole sugar thing going out. I don't mean that at all. I think that that's, for me personally, that is so weird. And I'm like, no, no, thank you. I'm not into that. That's weird. But God bless you. My PayPal is givelove@angelashelton.com. If you want to play that party, but I'm not into that. But I adopted a dad, and how it happened is Jake Eberts, who is one of the most amazing men. He's passed away now, but he was actually the most amazing man I ever met in my life, I will say. And he's from Belgium. He is amazing. If you look him up, he was the producer and the financier and the brains behind, pick any movie from back in the day that is G rated or PG that won an Academy Award, and that's his. Pretty much. It's like Dances with Wolves, Chariots with Fire, Driving Miss Daisy, March of the Penguins. I mean, it just goes on and on. There's the golf movie. Like it just, I mean, his movies were just like endless. He only had one flop, and that was the Mario Brothers, the first one, because his kids liked Mario, and that's why he did the movie, and it was a flop. So outside of that, he literally has like so many. And his thing was all about story, and he was the most pure human I've ever met anywhere connected to Hollywood. He's not from Hollywood. He's the guy that actually did tell Harvey Weinstein, no, I will do nothing with you, because I'm not playing that party. And yes, that's a Velvet Elvis painting. It is. I really, really want y'all. You want to see that? Here you go. Oh, I gotta show my Velvet Elvis to YouTube over here. Hey, yeah, I have Velvet Elvis. I really, really do want Velvet Jesus of Black Jesus. I want a black velvet painting of Black Jesus. If you ever see it, please get it for me. Hey, Jay, because I got suspended at school for fighting, but I got hit. Like she punched me, and I got suspended. And I had this black principal, and behind her was this black velvet painting of Black Jesus, and I'll just never forget it. I was sitting there, and she was like all stern. She's like, because I had said the word bitch. That's why I got suspended. She was a stern woman, and she had this. And I want that. I want Black Jesus. Can I please have it? If you ever see it, get it for me. Call me. I'll come over and get it. Hey, John. Good morning, beautiful. Oh, does that mean you're a subscriber? I love it. Yeah. I'm just learning how to play with my subscribers. Hey, Jay. Saw you on Facebook. I mean, wait, where did I see? Instagram. I know I'm cheating on Instagram with TikTok. Instagram is just not doing it for me. But I saw you on there, Jay. So you might inspire me to play with Instagram more. See, can you play with me? Girl, listen, I'm expensive, and I don't take calls. I love like the calls pop up. I'm like, what? Did you pay me? Not that it's all about money, but you know what I mean? Time is valuable. And also, like, I don't do any of the, like, Snapchat even is a time sucker. Is a damn time sucker. Play them. I don't have my sticks. I'm a plumber. God bless you. I love me some working men. Love me some working men. So anyway, I'm telling you about my dad, Jake Eberts. We're staying on topic. She can do that. I can do that. What? I can play drums with a sword. And which book do you want, Dave? Do you want my book about how I made the movie or made my documentary? It changed my life forever. It's called Finding Angela Shelton. It's about how I stopped self-abuse because I made that film. I was able to see my own story and see my own like self-abuse and self-hatred, and I stopped it because of that movie. And I talk all about it in that book, Finding Angela Shelton. So anybody you know who is a self-abuser, self-hater, filled with addictions, it doesn't matter. alcohol, benzos, segggggggs, uh, that it applies. All of that applies. You should really read Finding Angela Shelton. It's a spiritual book. You don't know that going in, but you're like, oh wait, that was a pretty spiritual book, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Because I tell about the dreams I had and cigarettes. Exactly, cigarettes. Thank you. And anything from that is like healing and getting over that, which is all directly related to self-abuse and self-hatred. It is. I mean, cigarettes are anxiety and depression. I know it well. I smoked a lot, and I was a professional. I was a prof. You love my hair? Oh, yay! Thank you. I was sleeping in a tree in a hammock. It does something to your curls. The morning mist does something to your curls. Yeah. Anyway, so I met Jake Eberts, this amazing human who saw my movie at Sundance. I was in Sundance, but my movie was up at the up the hill at, what is the other one? It's like the Sundance budget. Because Tumbleweeds, our first movie, was in Sundance and won the Filmmakers Award. That's pretty cool. And then years later, I did my documentary, wherever it is. It's the film festival that's up the street, the budget one. You have a natural beauty now. I have right now. I just have a little bit of mascara on. Then I put it on the wrong way. Yeah. So I was standing there with Jake Eberts, and I met him, and he saw my movie, saw my documentary, and he gave me the most beautiful testimonial for it. It's on my website, angelashelton.com, somewhere. I'm sorry. I need. Where's my assistant? I gotta go. I have a client coming in. Ah, mwah. Bye, Mandela. And he was like enamored by my movie. He said it was very important, that people really should see it. Like, he's like, every household needs to see this movie to understand the epidemic of what's happening, which is what's happening with kids, right? He was, I love you too. And I was like, wow, I was so amazed by this amazing human saw me and saw what I was doing. And I said, wow, Jake, I'm honored. If only I had you as a dad, my life would be different. And he put his arm around me. Changed my life forever. And he goes, well, then you're my daughter. And from that moment on, he has 3 kids. And from that moment on, he called me his daughter. He emailed me and he would say, my daughter. He would text me and say, my daughter, how are you? And when I visited him, I got to go to him and his wife's, Fiona, who became my adopted mom, to their 46th anniversary. It was just them and me. Like, I was very much like, they are super instrumental in my life. They both have passed away, but they're very, very still much in my life. You know what I'm saying? And Jake adopted me, and he called me his daughter, and it was so healing. And it was like if I'm a filmmaker, right? If the moment that he did that, I want like a visual of like every single neural pathway in my brain rewires, and like cells, every single cell in my body goes. And he adopted me. And I tell you the story because you don't need Jake Eberts, and you don't even need a dude. You need to feel it. Feel that you were adopted by the father you always wanted. That could be God. That could be Jesus. That could be, pick one. Don't get weird and start sending them letters or something if you don't know them. That'd be weird. But I just want to put that in your brain, because all he said was, well, you're my daughter. And I never thought of it like that. I never put that together. I was like, what? I was like, what did you say? And not only did it like change my brain right there in that moment, he consistently did it until the day he died. He called me his daughter. Like, I'm just like, I love you. I love you. So what did I do? I took all his the kids' pictures from their family, and I photoshopped myself in. I photoshopped myself in like their back end. I was like in the back with like a little sign on it that said adopted. So that was a really funny thing with that family. But I'm telling you this because for everybody who has had horrible parents, or the perp parents, or the abusive ones, or the drunks, or they're in jail, or they're, listen, trauma is an Excel spreadsheet. Honestly, our lives are an Excel spreadsheet. And you can have in your one column of like, you went through all this, like, name one, throw them out. Your parents were, it literally doesn't matter. It's like they were incarcerated, they were drunk, they were not in, they were whatever, they were abusive, they were not around. You got your whole Excel spreadsheet. It will end up, there's an ACE study, you can look it up. You will end up having addiction, self-abuse, self-hatred, list that goes on and on. You're going to marry dad. You're going to marry, Sound of Freedom. I will talk about that, Jay. You must have cried. No, I didn't cry in that moment, Jamie, but I cried inside. Like every cell in my body cried. Later, I cried. I was just so like, I was like deer in headlights, to be honest. And so like, because my Excel spreadsheet switched. So like in Excel spreadsheet, and I'm terrible at it. Please like send me a nerd. That's why I got married. Is nerd help. Is not to Gavin, because I was the nerd help for him, which makes no sense. He called me Noodles, which because of my brain, which I'm like, so funny. I'm dumb model called Noodles who's really smart. Anyway, so my point is you have your Excel spreadsheet, and how you change an Excel spreadsheet is the equation, and the equation changes with your brain, your thoughts in your brain. And you can tell somebody like me, that's why I'm telling you that when you have been raised by wolves and you have had all of these negative thought patterns, because all of the experiences on your bad, Excel spreadsheet side, whatever you went through, will cause negative thought patterns, and then negative behavior, and then negative reactions, and then la la la. It's a whole. It's an Excel spreadsheet until you change the equation. And a huge change in the equation for me was being adopted by Jake Everts. And I'm telling you right now, you do not need Jake Everts. You just need the idea. There it is. Like I adopted a mom too. As much as I love my mother, and those of you who've seen her live, she's hilarious. And this is her. I mean, she's hilarious. She's beautiful. She's funny. She now has had a stroke and she's back like 85%. But I mean, my mom is her own ball of issues, and that she's got her own stuff going on that is not what I would adopt, to be quite honest. And so I adopted moms too. Like I adopted, mainly my only real mom I ever adopted was Jake's wife, Fiona, because she was the most amazing woman I've ever met in my life. And they were amazing. And sweet looking, yay, hi. And please ask me questions. I'll tell you no lies. I'll tell you the truth as much as I can on TikTok. We're not being banned. And I will sum up dad with Jake and Fiona, because I'm telling you, you don't need a Jake. You need the thought of it. And it helped me so much. It was like it changed my equation. Well, you got out. Will you got out with me? What? What? Well, I go out with you. Listen, call my sister. I get asked that a lot, and I get asked to get married a lot, and I just laugh. It's no offense. I mean, it's like, who has the time? But I will tell you my questions, please. Okay. Favorite kind of food, and pop and can you burp on command, and can you pop any bones? What? Favorite kind of food right now is raw milk and grass-fed meat. Can I burp on command? No, I'd need a beer or something, but I'm not drinking beer. I'm drinking milk. I don't want to get married. You just want to go out with me? That's really funny. I have a thing on my blog, angelashelton.com. It says dating me. And there's a whole list of things that I'm into. And that if you really truly want to date me, so that I know that you're not crazy, you have to talk to my sister. So it's like my sister, and I just did that recently because I'm like, I'm just so, I don't have the time because I'm working on my show. Like my focus is Jesus and my show. And Jesus is the one in Nashville, and also Jesus. I mean, I love me some God and I love me some Jesus. And I get this raw milk from Honesdale, Pennsylvania. There's also places as I travel that I'll pick my spots. Like and because there's states that it makes it illegal. You can't buy it, which goes into my science fair project when I was 12, y'all. Do you want me to go into that? Can I pop any bones? What are you going to ask me if I have Converse sneakers next? Please be mine soon, honey. Please be mine. You want to know what I like? I like men in motocross. Motocross motorbikes make my pupils dilate. You could show me a man on a motocross motorbike. Oh my Lord, God in heaven. I just like my heart palpitates, my pupils dilate. I'm just like, I can't talk. I'm just like, oh my God. Whew, Lord have mercy. And hunters, countrymen. I like countrymen way, way, way more than city men. Give me a guy who is a worker and with dirty hands and he smells like grease over a liberal arts guy 500 times. Like oh my God, I'm just saying, oh Lord. Anyway, that's you have a Harley. Well, I'm glad you have a Harley. I'm so happy. He said you were pretty awesome. Who said I was? Jamaica in the house. John. Okay. Flex, please. Flex. What is it? Is this like a cow? I feel like I'm on a casting audition where they make you go. I actually booked a Coca-Cola commercial doing that. They make you come in and slate. It's called slate. Like, hi, I'm Angela Shelton. You turn to the side, turn to this side. Sometimes they make you turn all the way around, and then I will moo. I'm like moo. And I put a can. You're supposed to like play with a can, and I put it on my head, and I was like, moo. And I booked the job. I was in a big Coca-Cola commercial, Diet Coke, actually. That was funny. That ran for a long time. Paid my mortgage for a long time. And then gun show. Oh, right. Gun show. Arr. Flex my guns. Yeah, I'm pretty fit. I can climb things. I sleep in a tree sometimes whenever I can. The one in Nashville talked about you a little bit and said you were when? I love him. He's been so instrumental in my life and I how that all started was there's a couple of them that I've been following. Can you make your guns dance? Who are you, Cassie? Casey? You're raw milk from PA. How far is that being transported? 1 hour. 1 hour. Kitty. Can I make my I don't know. Can you make me dance, Casey? Hey, Kitty. The things that change in your life that you're not expecting is I used to keep beer in here. Like I'm a beer freak. I love really cool beers. I love unicorn fart beers. I love the fruity beers. I not the weird I like the smoothie type beers. I was addicted and I had one every single day and usually in here. And then I started hanging out with Jesus, aka Sean, aka the one in Nashville, and he got me drinking raw milk. I'm like, why are you so smart? I found them, but how do I choose? I didn't realize you've written so many. Oh, yay, Dave. Which book? Written so many. Oh, I have kids. I have books for kids, like Tilda Pinkerton and Her Magical Hats. But really, mine would be Finding Angela Shelton. That would be the book to read, really. And then I'm not ready yet for the one with and for men that I have, but I will be hopefully by the time my show launches. That's my goal. But I also am very much helping Jesus. And can you make your guns dance? Oh my God, Casey. I don't know. That's a 6-pack. I don't have a 6-pack. I did have a 6-pack. I had a whole washboard when I was prepping for this. I was the lead in a movie about a former Marine. That was cool. And I was like, part of it was being like really like fit. And I had the part. I was doing all the working, the training. I had my own private trainer to get just like, and then I got fired. Yeah. You know why? The director was sleeping with this other lady that he wanted to put as the lead. And so he took me to dinner and was so unbelievably rude. I've never had anybody be so mean to me in my actual life that turned into being so funny. He was saying every single horrible, like horrible things at this dinner. And I'm just like eating, drinking wine at the time and looking at him like, dang, man, what's your motive here? I went to the bathroom. I called my agent in the phone in the stall and I was like, what's happening? I mean, listen, Kitty, this guy was like, who told you ever looked good? Your face, when you talk, your face moves funny. You're really dumb. You're really like, you're so not attractive. Like he was trying to, and I was like, this is what he's saying to me. Like, what do I do? And my agent goes, oh, he's trying to get you to quit because if you quit, he doesn't have to pay you. But if you sit there and take it, he still has to pay you. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. And so I sat there. I went back to the seat. I went back to the table. These are story times with Angela Shelton. And I went back and I just sat. And then once I knew that, I was like, okay, what else? What else you got about me that's horrible? And he just went off like everything. Like he just like picked apart every single thing about me. And it became hilarious. And I was, I was like, oh, awesome. What else? And I just sat there and had a very expensive steak dinner with wine, while this guy was awful. Honestly, in a different story, it would have been amazing if a really, really awesome man would have yanked him out of his seat by his collar and literally given him some time. And it would have been fun for me. But I sat there by myself and took it knowing that he was trying to get me to quit. And I did not quit. So he had to pay me for the movie. And then he put his whatever of the moment in the movie as the lead instead of me. But I had the 6-pack and I got paid and I didn't get to be in the movie too well, but I would not have wanted to work with that guy. So it was such a blessing. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for that. That was really intense to sit there and hear horrible things about yourself. But I will tell you that come to find out, after all my years of trauma work and healing, I've done every healing technique known to man. I've tried them all. If there's something I missed, please invite me. Let's do it. And so that I've tried them all so that I can share with you ways to get out of your own pain. And I'm telling you, I share like how to do it for free. All of the healing techniques, all of them, all the stuff that is going to help you, blah, blah, blah. It all boils down to what you're saying to yourself in your head. It was not G.I. Jane. It was similar to, it was like the budget independent version of G.I. Jane. It was very similar to that. And it never went anywhere because he put some girl that he was boning in the lead. And do you see that movie? Did it do anything? Is it anywhere? No? Right. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I learned over the years that people are talking to themselves. So when people are saying horrible things to you, like, I mean, I've had an ex quite literally yell at me more than once, by the way. I was just like, Jesus, that pattern is done. And yell at me that I'm a piece of nothing I ever do will amount to anything. Well, that's not true. And, I'm worthless in this world. And, you after a while, you're just looking at people and you're like, wow, you are really saying some awful things about yourself. I mean, and it's incredible. I started talking to myself like I'm going to date myself. Yes, that's actually really great, Jonathan. And I'm glad that you're a dude that says that. That's so powerful because you're so loved. Like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you too. And that way you're energetically at a different space and you do energetically bring things forward to you. Like, I mean, a perfect example is I come from the dad. I am the product of the dad who's the perp, right? Biologically. And then, so I'm a superhero for kids and humans. And it healed my brain, literally what I was saying to myself when Jake Eberts adopted me. Because it was like, he said words, like, and it just healed so much in me. And then I felt it. Said the words, heard the words, felt it in my body. And it was instantaneous, I got to tell you. Speak what you want into reality. Yeah, seriously. Hey, Camilla. Thank you for being in the Rockstar Reformers. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad. You're my superhero. Well, you're mine. And don't put anybody on a pedestal, y'all, because everybody has gas. Do you feel me? Do you see how that works? You put people on pedestal, they're gonna fart in your face. You see what I'm saying? Picture it. As people, we're like inundated and told and shown to like put all these people on pedestals, even like Instagram famers people. And it's like, listen, they're messed up. They didn't even own that stuff. They rented that Ferrari to take a picture of it. They didn't even probably rent it. They snuck up to that house and took a picture of themselves, making it look like they live like that. That's what's going on. I see what you did there. Yeah, it's like, lovey, lovey, love. So be real with yourself and change what you're saying to yourself in your head for real. I've been doing it for years and on stage. And also you could see my TED talk. I did a TEDx talk about squish, the heart of the matter, and how you change your thought patterns into and with other people in your head. So what you're saying to yourself in your head and about what you're saying about other people, say it in your head, and then it will energetically affect you. And then it's amazing. Just try it. And I recommend you watching that. And the gist of it was when I've traveled with my documentary, and I've been to every state, down every highway, and I know people. And I started to like study trauma and study healing and seeing what worked and what didn't work. And really it boils down to what you're saying to yourself in your head and what you're putting, into you, like what you're putting in your mouth, what you're putting in your brain, what you're putting in your eyeballs, and what you're saying. So all like it's all what you're saying and also what you're putting in, what you're saying in here, and also what you're putting in. It's like, what are you believing? What are you ingesting? What are you watching? What are you spending time doing? And if that is corn, you know what I'm saying? Corn with a P, or poison, and there's lots of P, or people that aren't properly profound for your person. It really does make a difference. Good morning. Hey, Audrey. Her. I love beautiful lady. I love being told that I am pretty. It is actually nice. It's like, but what's funny is the one guy that I have loved the most in my life, like the biggest love I ever had, never ever complimented me ever. What is that about? Like, I get him on Snapchat all day long. I put people on pedestals first, getting clean and sober. Now my heroes are fictional characters. Nice. And how about your hero is you, buddy? Because you got clean and sober. That's awesome. That's really, congratulations. I kind of live in the world of clean and sober, but without the dogma of it. Because I'm still like, if I'm in Italy, I'm gonna have a glass of Amarone. Let me be real. And you are way doable. This is true in all kinds of ways. I am very doable. I have pictures to prove it. I took them all myself. Anyway, you said it. You started it, Dom. Hey. Oh my God. And Dave over here. Hey, I don't know how far I'm at. I'm like 60% done with my book for my boys. Everybody has their own special crutch. Hello, Elric. Yeah, crutch. What's your crutch? What's your crutch? What's your most favorite thing to do that you lose all track of time? Dancing with Elvis. Hey, it's my boyfriend. Is he my boyfriend? Yeah. Hey, baby. Hey. Oh, Rondi! How do you do that? Did you just literally like do a little I Love Angela Shelton? Hey, baby. Hey. There's a story behind that too. Rondi just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little I Love Angela Sheltons up. When people play with myself, I always lose track of time. So you're addicted to the corn cob? Is that what you're saying to me? Anywho, the I Love Angela Shelton logo, people come into me. No. And sometimes have that judgment of like, oh, I guess you're full of yourself. Oh, I guess you like love yourself. And it's like, I hope that you love yourself as much as I've learned to love myself, because that symbol, the I love Angela Shelton, comes from oh God, I'm gonna brutalize her name. It's Alexis, and she's got this really like I think it's like Polish name. She gifted it to me years and years ago as a logo to represent those who did not kill themselves, and those who were resilient, and those that stopped self-abuse and stopped self-hatred, and the Angela Sheltons. Because that comes from my documentary, I love Angela, or Searching for Angela Shelton, where I discovered that I went and I drove around the country. I don't know if you knew that, Dave. I drove around the country and I met all the Angela Sheltons who would talk to me for my documentary. And it turns out that 70% had been victims of something horrible. And then one of them was tracking sexual predators, and please don't let me get like watch your mouth. And she was tracking perps, and she lived in the same town as my dad, my bio dad. What? And we arrived on Father's Day, and it's like you can't write that. You know what I mean? You cannot write that. That Rondi, that's a ride. Dang. I'm at war with country music. That's funny. Wait, hold on. I missed your comment. Hold on. 13 hours in a car yesterday. Oh, wow. That's easy. Drink whiskey, scotch, and sit by the fire. No, I don't have time to do that. I got way too much to do that is healthy. And that's funny. I love it when y'all meet each other. Picked up my teen queen from camp. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. That's really funny. Elric. Oh, war with country music. That's really funny. Are you also at war with Live Nation and Ticketmaster? That's shutting out everybody. And you're my inspiration to change and write. Yay! Kitty. Woohoo! Kitty, get into Reformers. We have a Rockstar Reformers is my group. And I didn't call it Survivor Network for the reason that we don't want to be like labeled survivors. We're not in the survivor world. It's like, I don't want to be associated with like being a survivor. I'm like, no, I've been through a whole list of crazy, weird, and also wonderful things. And I'm a total badass warrior rock star. I don't even want to say warrior. You know what I mean? Because it's like, then people are like, are you going to hurt me? I'm like, not unless you're hurting kids. That's another story, which brings me back to you, Jay. You did ask me about sound of freedom. I don't want to get canceled on here. Listen, you got to be careful what you're talking about. But I will describe it in DM because I keep telling you about ascension codes. Oh, nice. I've gotten a lot of messages from you, and I have to scroll. I do my messages and read through my messages and comments usually on the toilet. I'm going to be really honest about it. Don't you do that? Do you do that? Because like my schedule is so tight, so that I have to. It's like even putting my mom on a schedule. It's you got to do it. If you have goals in your life, if you're writing a book and doing the show and doing all the stuff, and you want to set up your course and do whatever you're going to do, that after you get out of pain and heartache, then you have to have a clear schedule. I mean, let me tell you. And Jay, I have not seen it yet. It is playing around me, but I was with my kid, and I'm not going to take my kid to see that movie. And I was a little apprehensive because I know that story so well, and I know the truth behind it. Not just the movie, but I mean the truth. And I don't want it in my psyche. But I've heard from friends of mine who've seen it that they intentionally did not trigger the hell out of you, which is, I was like, okay, that's good, because the thing is that is true, people. It really is. It's like, and that's also why I don't work in Hollywood anymore, because when you just put it all on an Excel spreadsheet and you just do a system analysis, you will run into that. And it's not fun. And that's why I say I do comedy that's not funny, because when you wide lens, like look at it from a wide lens, you will see perp networks and perp controlling, or people who are controlled by the perps. I mean, it's not conspiracy theory. It's system analysis. And it's horrible. It's horrible. And so it's like, well, What can we do? That's why I'm funny, y'all. That's why I'm funny and fun, because it is so bad. And so, but here, I mean, I'm here to tell you that there's more of us than there are of them. Right. And so think about it, like whoever your perp was, and these like high level uh perps have many victims. The problem is those victims can stay stunted and never get better. But as those victims are getting better and becoming survivors, and then the survivors become warriors, and then you're a freaking rock star, there is nothing like a survivor who's healed in your foxhole. 100%. That's who you want. That's who you want. You want the person who's been through hell, who's healed it and got up. But that's your person, and that's who I am. I'm the person for those people. Of like, I'm with you, and also guiding you, and also you're guiding me. Like we're elevating and expanding at together. It's like water. Water doesn't rise like this. You know, we're to get. That's why you found me on TikTok, because you needed to hear something, right? And or YouTube, and that's also why I'm committing to doing this every day. Weekdays, I'm taking Sundays by myself to climb a tree or float in water, or, you know, maybe get to see that hot guy on his motorcycle. Maybe. I don't know. It's time. Weekends I can have. It's not a perfect film. It doesn't matter. Neither is mine. It's like, but it's the conversation is so important. All right. I watched it with my mom. It was intense, but a good movie. That's cool. Well, Nat, I get that, but we need this film to expose trafficking. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No. So, like, share it wide and free. Those in power who exploit others, many are enabling them. Yeah. Like, no, it's just like my science fair project when I was 12. I mean, we're in it, people. Nothing has changed. It's only gotten worse. So, and I can go over that if you want me to repeat myself. That's funny, John. I'm 6'2", 210 pounds, whatever that means. Do you? That's awesome. I'm 5'10", and I don't know how much I weigh. Probably 150, maybe. Good morning, girl. Hey, Leslie. Hey. Wow. Let me sing you a song. Ready? Truck stops are dangerous if you're not aware. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, truck stops, gas stations, it's all terrible. I mean, it really is. Like, I'm just like, beautiful. Have a wonderful day from New Mexico. Use your right. Didn't realize you were that tall. Does that make you like me more, Jay? Are you shorter than me? I don't go out with shorter guys because I have hairs on my chin, and that's the truth. And I'll tell you anything. Ask me anything. I'll tell you the truth. I'm 5'10". Modeled for years, like years. I'm in the era. I'm in the modeling era of Christy Turlington and Linda Evangelista and Naomi Campbell. That back in those days, and I was like in the back, you know. So like the shows that were in Paris and and Milan, where Giorgio Armani and all those shows, they were the stars, and I'm I'm five back. I'm five back. Tall women, you're 6 foot. Oh wow, hey Jay. I mean, things are changing around here. Whew. Just gonna suck my milk a little bit. Angela gets flirted with in the morning, intentionally in my brain. Never mind, it's fine. I'm gonna be fine. I won't hold it against you at all. What are you holding against me? I'm 5'2", too short. Listen, Leslie, I can't go out with short people because, I mean, I can go out with you. Like, we can have fun. We can go dance. But, like, romantically go out with a short person? No. 6'6", medium built, single, never married workaholic. You sound like a real winner. Oh my God. My guy is 6'1". That's amazing, Leslie. You're lucky. He can just spin you all around. God bless you. I'm jealous. No, I'm not. Actually, I don't want to be spun around like that. My favorite is just that tall, lanky guy that fits my lankiness. I love it. Strong. I am 50. Oh wait, your kitty is asking Gabriel. She's like, "How old are you?" Are you on my dating page that I made, which I think is so funny. This is my sense of humor, y'all, because I started a dating page on my blog because I get asked out so many times, and I'm just like, well, here's my answer. I'm into all this stuff. There's another one. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, Judson. Hey, hi, hey. I knew a guy named Judson once. He was a Bible man, a little bit freaky, weirdo. Anyway, I just read the intro of the book, added to cart. Oh, yay! Where did you get it? At Amazon? You know what? Oh, by the way, Dave, thank you. Dave's over here on. Hold on, Dave is over here on YouTube. And if you get my book, I'll just put this out. Maybe somebody will run with it and help me. Help me. Help me. My book, Finding Angela Shelton, is on Amazon. It's got the link is on my site. It's like angelashelton.com/finding. But anyway, it's got a pretty picture of me in the woods. Like there's a little like fence post, and then there's a pretty picture of me. There's another one. The first version that came out with the publisher looks creepy and weird, and it looks like I'm like coming out of woods or something. I don't really like that cover at all. I said to them, I was like, oh God, do I have to go on a tour with that cover? Are you going to make me do that? Why? Well, I'm a freak. Okay. And so anyway, the book, Finding Angela Shelton, if you'll get my one, the one that I did, it's called Recovered. Anyway, it's on Amazon. And if you get it for free, you can get it for free on Kindle, and you give me a star and a review. I need 50. I think there's like 20 or something, because it's like I forget to ask for those things, and I'm asking. Hey, Jay, you're here. Oh, yay. And so if you do, hey, I got hearts too. I love it. So if you go on, get my book on Amazon, please give it like a star and a review. Hey, because when I get 50, then they put you, and you should know this for your own books if you have your own books out there. If you get 50 reviews, all of a sudden you'll be lifted into the Kindle, whatever it is, and you'll get paid. I think it's cents on a dollar, but hey, we could all use the cents, right? Because milk is expensive, especially the kind I like. It's like $8 a gallon. Shit. So if I could get $8, if I could just get my milk covered by my book, that'd be awesome. Living off the grid in Paradise, Michigan, that's awesome. We're friends now. Living off the grid. I love it. Everything is relative. I know. Well, I'm a freak. I'm 5'9" on a good day. Rondi. Oh, your guy is 5'9" on a good day. That's awesome. Hey, Jay's over here. He's 6 foot. Did you say you're 6 foot, Jay, or 6'2"? I have to scroll up, but it's so far away. Look, so far away. And oh gosh, user 55599989986 just joined. Dang, I could finish a gallon in 2 days. Seriously, I drink about a gallon a day, to be honest. Now that I'm doing raw. Yeah, 6 foot. Yeah, I drink about a gallon a day. Seriously, and it's amazing. And I never, ever, ever. Hey, Chris. Hello. I never thought I would drink raw milk. And because for years, I had this, and it was because I was sneaking milk and like eating yogurt and stuff like that. That was all pasteurized. And the one in Nashville, Jesus, my friend Sean Gilder, please, for the love of all things holy, follow that guy and listen to him if you want to get like healthy, because he's already done all the research. He's already tested everything on himself. He's like the quick fix because I'm busy. I don't have the time to go read all this and test it and all that. He's already done it for you. And now he's got this new thing. You want to do it with me, Jay? He's got a new thing called Regenerate. This has actually got me banned last time, so I have to be careful what I say. He has a product called Regenerate that he has cultivated and curated and is the chef. It's basically all kinds of blood simulators, magnesiums, blah, blah, blah. I've watched him and he's basically just your chef. You could do it yourself if you had the time. Ain't nobody got the time for that. But he's put it together, and it's a powder, and it is expensive. It is. It's $200 now because he wants the first 30 people in there. And hey, and it helps people get off of booze and benzos because he's curing, ending, like addressing your inner critic and your inner tyrant. Some of us have an inner like beast that hates us, the negative thought patterns, and taking the pills or the can kill the inner critic for the moment. And I never heard it put that way. I was like, interesting. And I've met people I physically know. I can touch them. I've seen them, the people that he's helped and who are now still off of the pills and the booze. I'm watching them. I was like, huh. And he goes, oh, I'm going to make it again before we go into pill form and for mass market. And so I got in there. There's only 30. I think there's 27 still available because we just started launching it and sharing it. And I'm going to have to plug in. I just got a notice. I'm going to have to plug in. Get to plug in and regenerate. Are you going to be able to handle this? Wow, I can make clips of the live on here right from chat. You can? Really? How? What? Help me. Look at my pants. Hold on. You want to come over? I'm just kidding. You're in Texas. Plugging in. All right. Boom. You hear the bong, bong, bong. Ah! So he's got regenerate and fill me out. Hear my theory. Hear my theory on this. You ready? He helps the booze and the benzos because it's addressing the inner critic. And I think most of my audience has an inner critic, or my fans and friends and all the people that like find me have the inner critic because it's coming from the hell that you were raised from, and you've got the inner negative thought patterns. What if I was like, hey, what if I took that? Would it kill my inner like beast in my head that is directly related to self-mutilation and self-hatred and self-abuse, which I don't do anymore, but still some things come up. Like, and we're all human, like some things come up and you're like, well, I'm a damn idiot or whatever. And I'm like, I would love to take a pill or a powder that actually addresses that. Yeah. Yes. Hell yeah. I'm in that. And I'm doing it. So I'm inviting you to do it with me. Rondi's doing it with me. And it's only 30 people. He's only telling it on his TikTok and I'm telling you on mine. So, and on my YouTube, so it's regenerate. It's a combination of magnesiums and blood simulators and GABA, and it like heals your brain. But he's concocted the chefery. You know what I mean? And Jay, you're so awesome. There's a button to clip. I didn't know that was a thing either. I didn't know where to find the button, Jay. So, yeah, do it. Like seriously, Dave, like if you go to the oneinnashville.com, he talks about it on there, and there's a link to buy it on there. There's also a link to buy it on loot.life, which is his other thing that I can't talk about on TikTok, but it's his HEMP drink that is non-alcoholic and helps people get off of pharma. And then that's an added bonus. I took that thing for 7 months, about a teaspoon, and I don't take it anymore, and I'm still off of pharma. That is just like, yes. Billy, you said finally for me. Have you missed me? I know. I was in prison. I was in jail. Have you ever visited anybody in prison and jail? It is rough. It's rough out there. It's like, it's not fun. That the whole system of jail and prisons is just god awful. And same applies when you're in TikTok jail. I was like so sad. I would come on and it would just say, no, suspended, a big red thing. You're suspended. I was like, this reminds me of that time in high school that I got suspended or again. You know, my nickname in high school was Olive Oil. Olive Oil. Yeah. Can you see it? Like I wasn't really punk rock. I was more like mod. I listened to Joy Division and Sisters of Mercy and anything on the 4AD label was definitely me. And I had the boots with like the little tilt up toes with the skulls up the side and had dark black hair and red, sometimes like dark not red, but dark, like somber, sad lipstick. And I wrote love poems about men. I have them all. I should start Depeche Mode. Yeah, I was in the Depeche Mode Clean video too. Did you know that? I was in Depeche Mode Clean. Do you like Depeche Mode, anybody? I'm in their video. I got to make out with Martin Gore, and he did not give me any tongue because he was all proper because I was 18. So I went to his concert and I followed up with that, and then got to make out with Martin Gore at the concert after with my boyfriend. Because my boyfriend was a big, huge fan of Depeche Mode at the time. My boyfriend at the time, and I was with Martin Gore, and I was like, "Well, we shot this video, and it was like all fake kissing." He was like, "I was trying," and then he was like, "Hmm," and he had his girl, and I had my boyfriend, and he walked over. He's little too. He's short, like right here, and he just walked right over to me and laid one on me, laid a full-on tongue kiss on me right there, and his girl and my guy were fine with it because, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? that happened. So I'm like, well, remember that time when you made out with Martin Gore from Depeche Mode? Yes, I do. I do remember that. He's such a great lyricist. Same as The Cure. Robert Smith is also a great lyricist, as is Bono. I love lyrics. I have written quite a few songs. My famous, "What if he was trying hard to kiss good?" Yeah. I mean, the one time, at band camp, that's funny. Well, that one time at band camp when I made out with that guy. It's so funny. This takes a turn, but you know what is completely relevant because I'm talking about all this stuff. Although I wasn't going to bring up Depeche Mode, I should make a note. Somebody make a note. Depeche Mode in how do I pin something? I'm a mod. I don't know how to pin anything. Ask Jay. Hey, Jay, do you know how to pin things? And Jay is a moderator, and so is Rondi. I can make Kitty a moderator too. Not the flute. Wait, how is Jesus? Jesus is great. I'm going to go August 14th to the 19th. 14th to the 19th, which is the middle of August. I will be in Nashville. If you're in and around Nashville, let's set up one of his rides. This is what I want to do. I want to take a ride because he rides every day, 9 to 11 and 1, 2 to 4. If we can get 18 people or more, let's book the ride together. You can even come to Nashville and stay with me. And you're in Atlanta. That's not too far. That's not terrible. Come on. I drive 17 hours. No problem. I prefer to break it up in 5-hour spots because I like to stop and make some steak at national parks and stuff. That's what I roll. That's how I roll. Anyway, I want to book up the rides and please tell me if you're near Nashville because you should do this because he will do. If you book 18 or more, then he'll let you have the ride and then he'll give you an extra hour. You get an extra hour of him and he'll take you to more spots, but you got to do 18 or more. So I was like, if I'm coming on August, like, why don't we do that? We could do it like every day. But let's figure out one. Leslie, 4 hours drive. Let's do it. And let's figure out when. I think the Airbnb is booked then, but we'll figure out something. And you can come, ride, stay, ride again, and then be on your way. How about that? Let's do it, shall we? Unsolicited advice from Sis. Huh? Sometimes makeup doesn't make us look better though. I don't know. Oh, Jay is saying you have to change the settings for the moderation. It's a tab before you press go live. Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea. What date? Let me look. Hold on. Hold on. Angela in Nashville, August 14th to the 18th. Which one works for you? Tuesdays. We can pretty much do it any day. Any day. Yeah, let's do it. Cis means you align with gender given at birth. Oh God. I will roll my eyes and not say anything. I'm just like, whatever, people. Let's talk about my science fair project when I was 12. It's all related. Don't understand. It's just Latin. Cis, sissy. Oh God. Well, it's going to pin. Oh, nice. I love it. I don't know how to do that. But yeah, any of these are good for me. Same. Any of these are good for me. Oh no! My ow, ow, ow. Hey Angela, why do you have Elvis up here? Because he represents my boyfriend. And so people don't get jealous if I talk about some dude. He's like, hey baby, hey baby. And my dad, let's get back to my dad, because that was the subject today. My dad looked like Elvis. He's very hot and very funny. My mom always says, well, at least you got something from your dad. Oh, you look like him. I was like, okay. So my dad, I look like my dad, and he looked like Elvis. I don't know if I look like Elvis, but I will be dressing up like Elvis at one point during my show. Some of these comments are weird and confusing. You know what? I'm weird and confusing too. So, that happens. It's like you got to look at the whole picture. You need a manual. You need an Angela Shelton manual. Don't worry, it's coming. As well as me. Hey, hey, hey. And I left my sticks. Where's my drummer? Drummer dude. Dave, you here? Hey, Dave. Hey. I want to come to Texas. Bring me to Texas, Jay. Let's do it. I guess we're that. I got a mushroom. Hey, Dave's not here, man. That's so funny. Are you here, Dave? No, Dave's not here. Dave, are you here? Hey, Dave. So, yeah, let me tell you some stories. What do you want to know? You're getting better. I'm getting better at what, Billy? I'm getting better at what? You may sing for you. Oh, sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister, we're two of a kind. So, sister, I'm keeping my eyes on you. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Well, sister, have I got news for you? I'm something, and I hope you think that you're something too. Oh, Dublin. I don't know the word. Dumpling. I've been up that lonesome road and I've seen a lot of suns going down. Oh, but trust me, no low life's gonna run me around. So let me tell you something, sister. Remember your name, no twisters. Gonna steal your stuff away, my sister. We sure don't have a whole lot of time. So shake your shimmy, sister. Cause honey, the sugars don't give up your day job. Hey Billy, you know what? You can't come to my show. You've been given the you can't come sticker. And it is The Color Purple. It's one of my favorite movies. I love it so much. This movie has the same. I intentionally put a color fabric, a purple fabric. This movie starts, my movie, this one. If you haven't seen it, this starts with the color purple fabric, because it's my homage to The Color Purple. And that movie, oh my God, I love that movie so much. And I did the same color theme in this one. This was my like little homage to Spielberg, because as a filmmaker, I'm like a dirty, not Jewish rougher Spielberg. Who's naughty. But I mean, I love his wonders. I love me some Spielberg. Hmm. I do. It's a great movie. Yeah, Billy, you're not allowed. You can't come. You can come back into you can try to redeem yourself, but I don't know because hey, the clip worked. What? I heard the nightlife in Nashville is good. Watched that recently. I don't know what that is. I don't know. And the night I've been out in Nashville and people are drunk, and I'm talking drunk drunk, which is also why Sean, aka the one in Nashville, created Loot. He created LUTE.life to help people have an option that is not alcoholic so that you're not drunk drunk. Anyway, I saw the gardening pictures on your Twitter account. Are you gardening pictures on the Twitter account? What? Are you currently growing anything? No. What gardening? Where? Me? I have let's see. Gardening. I live in a space that they have a garden, but it's not my garden. I'm a traveler, you know. I'll go back and look again. Maybe I'm wrong. Is that the right Angela Shelton? What's on my Twitter? I mean, my Twitter. I basically lots of bachelorette parties. Yeah, yeah. You know what? We need to get those bachelorettes booking Sean's ride. Is what we need to do. That would be great. And then you get them all healed up. Hmm. And it would be great. What did his dad say about the chickens? Always made me laugh. Wait, what? I saw the gardening picture. What did his dad say about the chickens? What? Did you know that I had chickens? Did you know that the convid gave me a divorce and chickens? Did you know that about me? A bike hungover sounds rough. Yeah, the do it before you start drinking. His ride should be the first thing you do in Nashville. And also, he inspires people to not drink and have fun. Because a lot of times when you're a big drinker, I mean, I'm a beer lover myself. People think, oh, well, I can't have fun unless you're going to have the whiskey and the beer. And actually, when you start to deep dive it, you have a lot less fun when you're drinking that. In fact, if you want to have some fun, shroomy shrooms, I recommend that. I'm not on them at the moment. Hi, Jay. My chickens keep getting murdered. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Chad. My chickens keep getting murdered by hawks and weasels. Well, I killed 7 of my chickens that were cocks. I killed them all because they were real sweet and they all had names. And then they turned into cocks. And they looked at my daughter sideways. And as soon as you look at my daughter sideways, you're going to die. You don't have a name anymore. There's no name. And yeah, I killed 7 roosters. I did that. My parents have chickens. They're in a normal neighborhood. No, that's awesome. Like the chickens are the best. I would love to have my chickens back. Not my particular chickens because they live on Randy Travis's old ranch now. There's a story. Rando. I have some stories, y'all. The story is so I Convid gave me a divorce and chickens. I love me some chickens, and I built slash was building. Got it up. Oh, yay! Awesome. Okay, so I was sorry, I got distracted by money messages. I love getting money messages. I'm like, oh, nice, thank you, brilliant. So I had this beautiful like Ralph Lauren chicken coop. It was great, but it was on the property of my ex husband, and part of me leaving was giving him everything. I just hands up, walked away, and so I sold the chicken coop. Sadly, it was so great. It was like, oh my god, it was so great. And I took my chickens to Nashville in the middle of a snowstorm in the back of a truck in those storage bins. Each one, I split them up. I fit personalities with each other. I did 4 big storage bins with a trans man. I mean, it just keeps getting better. And during a snowstorm all night long, because you cannot stop at a hotel or to camp when you got chickens. in storage bins in the back of your truck. So I took them down in the snow in a big snowstorm during Christmas to bring them to Nashville, and now my chickens live on Randy Travis's old ranch. Tell me how that happened. Like that, random stories, but it is so funny. So I don't want those chickens back because they're happy and they've got lots of space. But I would like chickens again. I love it. Although then, if you're going to do that and you travel like I do, you have to have somebody live on your property, or you have to have a homestead with 5 boys. Is that just me? Is that what I want? Okay. He'll love them chickens forever and ever. Amen. Yes. Well, it's his old ranch. It's the family that super super cool family. I'm not allowed to tell like where they live, but I mean that there's a because they escaped a horrible thing with their dad and who's in prison now because he RAPE all the children and he's in prison now. Rando, and they have my chickens. I mean, I'm goofy Gayla, and I have great stories also. Hey, Gayla. I believe we would be great friends. I wish you was mine. Whoa. Hey, what? I wish you were mine. My Nashville friend bought Kenny Rogers' old house. Oh my God. Okay. Kenny Rogers. I have a thing with Kenny Rogers. Not like that. Not like Jim Carrey. I have a thing for Jim Carrey, but not Kenny Rogers. But my dad, my pedo weirdo dad, his favorite song was Lady. And I'm gonna sing it. I so want to sing it. But Billy's not gonna like it because I can't sing. But listen, I'm not upset or anything or hurt. I'm not gonna cry about it, Billy. Yes, I will. I will cry about it. No, I won't. Let's try that. So cool. My account is all astrology, aliens, and animals. That's amazing. I love it. Hey, see, goofy. See, goofy. Yeah, I love it. Kenny Rogers was very great looking in person. I walked right by him once. I believe it. My dad was very good looking in person too. I walked right by him many times. Anyway, the worst beating I ever got in my life, like legit. You know when you're like, what was the worst like physical like beating you ever got? Rando was my sister and my stepsister and I were in my dad's van in the river down by the van down by the river. We weren't by the river. We were driving with all his candy in the back. So he was the candy man and a mattress. And we're back there. There's no seats. There was, you're flopping around. And we were laughing. And his favorite song came on. Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. And it was, I don't know if it was an Astrovan. I ended up having an Astrovan later that I traded for a Harley, which is very funny. But anyway, we were laughing, and he said, shut up, y'all stop laughing. And when you tell I was 8 and she was 10, tell us to stop laughing, like good luck with that. It only makes it explode more. And so we exploded with laughter during my dad's favorite song as he was driving his pedo van full of candy. And he drove home and beat the living daylights out of us, bare butt with a belt over his waterbed. Can you see it? Can you see it? And I was like, and I'm 8, and I'm still kind of laughing a little bit, looking at my sister. And I had this epiphany. I was like, life is too weird. It's just too weird. And people are completely messed up. And I'm going to keep my sense of humor. So because I am not meant to be in this space right now, right here. This is just all so messed up and so wrong. And my little 8-year-old brain was like, people are insane. People have all their own issues. And I don't even know where that come from. You've lost your mind, fella. And I'm getting out of here. This first chance I get. And people are crazy. And I'm going to keep my sense of humor. That was my little brain. And I've kept my sense of humor. But I also became a little bit of a lot. I became a lot of a rebel. Yeah. And not too far after that, my grandmother was going to beat us all kids during the family reunion because she saw us playing in the yard, up at the yard where we're not supposed to play because it's close to the road. And she opened the window, peeked out the window like she does, like those gossipy ladies. She was one of those, like, always looking out and seeing what everybody's doing so she can talk about it. Lord, I don't have time to even think about stuff like that. So I'll save my beating stories for later. Love you. That's awesome. Off to chiropractor. Bye, kitty. I love it. So good morning, young lady. Hello, Alabama. So where was I? It was a great story. Where was I, Jay? I'm like, I got distracted. Yeah. My one MF he was. Yeah, that's my dad. I've been the bear bass belt treatment. Yes, Chad. So you get it, right? So you get it. And then, my grandmother, she was coming out to beat us with a switch. My grandmother used switches. My dad used belts on bear, sometimes on bear, but not always bear. The worst one was bear. Anyhow, my grandmother comes out and is going to beat the living tar out of me and my two cousins. And I had already experienced this beating that I got for laughing. And I just channeled something within me. And in the middle of the family reunion, 8 years old, barefoot in a little dress, much like today, I put my hands on my hips like every other Shelton does, and I cursed my grandmother out in the middle of the family reunion on her little sidewalk. And I said, it made no sense. It was a slurry of words that I didn't even know that I knew, that I was just throwing them out. And I said, you will never hit me again. And you will never hit these two kids again because you're bullshit. Like it says, because she didn't see, she thought she saw something. She was making an assumption and she was going to beat us because she had some assumption that she was damn wrong. And I cursed my grandmother out in the middle of the family reunion, and she never hit me or my cousins again. So that taught me something. So I was like, And my mother, who you see on my lives and who's, my mother, I'll show you my mother, never did that. And she was always afraid of her mother. It's my mother. And my grandmother beat my mom until she was 29 years old. Okay. 29 was the last time my mom got like real beat by my grandmother because she was sleeping with the neighbor. And Gran saw her do some things in the window that they didn't shut the curtains or turn the light off. Who's wrong here? Who's wrong? I don't know. Amazing though. Crazy. What do you call a pirate that pees on you? Is this one of weird jokes? I gotta go. Have a great day, Jay. You're awesome. I love you. So appreciate you. I'm going to close down YouTube. Should I close down YouTube and just stay on TikTok? Hey. All right. Bye.